Now, jumping into our baseball picks, Brett, we have some interesting lines out. Like, for example, your New York Mets, who have been playing fantastic. Their bats have been much more alive since firing that batting coach, and they're hosting the Colorado Rockies. Now, the Rockies are used to playing in an elevated area, so their bats are a little inflated, and they're coming back down to sea level. But I still like this over. In Oregon, it's sitting at 7. Over is minus 125 odds. And you look at who's on the mound in this scenario. You have Austin Gomber and David Peterson. Both of them have an ERA that is barely below 5.0. So I'm expecting some runs to be scored personally. I expect some balls to leave the stadium in Citi Field, to be honest. And 7 is just too low for me, so give me that over.
All right, Higgins, fair enough. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. When I look at the Mets lineup, I see no runs. It's a brutal lineup right now. Do you know our 3-hole hitter Higgins has a 500 OPS and a decent OPS is about 850. Jacob DeGrom's is 1,000. So theoretically, right now, Jacob DeGrom is twice as good as our 3-hole hitter at batting.
You're talking about a potential NL MVP there, though, Jacob DeGrom.
I am
Look,
talking
just
about
just
an
look at the
MVP.
futures listings. He is up there for not just the Cy Young, the MVP. So put some respect on that man's name.
Hey, I am all for DeGrom becoming our Otani. I'm just pointing out some facts. He might literally be batting in the 7th spot on Tuesday. And it won't be because, like, oh, is this some gimmick? It's like, nah, he's probably our 7th best batter in the lineup today.
But we're
But
talking about Monday.
we are talking about Monday. DeGrom will still be on the IL on Monday. David Peterson's on the mound. But the key piece that the Colorado Rockies got back in the Nolan Arenado trade was Austin Gomber. Gomber was terrible in April, but has looked much better in May. His splits on the road are not good, but again, have improved in May. The Mets are so beat up right now, Higgins. I cannot back them. I love the Mets. I love how this team is fighting every night. They somehow are putting up runs. They somehow took 2 out of 3 from Atlanta. They stole a game in Miami this weekend as well. So, they're not completely dead in the water, but I am not trusting the Mets until they start getting some bodies healthy because you see names like Brandon Drury and Khalil Lee and there are some names in this lineup, Higgins, that you wouldn't know if they were your grocer, your mailman, or a New York Met. So that's just the truth of it right now.
And to be honest, that's music to my ears for an over. That sounds like errors. That sounds like sloppy play. That sounds like the Colorado Rockies, who in 2 of their past 3 games in their recent series against the Diamondbacks scored 7 runs on their own. Can the Mets get a run? If they can get a run, then maybe I hit my over. If not, maybe I get a push. But to be honest, the Mets, in 2 of their past 4 games, they've hit this over as well. They had an 11-run game that went to extra innings against the Marlins a couple days ago. And they also had a 9-run game against the Braves a couple days ago. They wouldn't have hit that in Sunday's game. That was a 6-run loss, 5-1 against the Marlins. But I'm hopeful. The Rockies, some big bats, hopefully coming to town. Citi Field's going to see some home runs. I'm calling it. We got some big ERAs. Going to see some big numbers.
All right. Well, I just hope they're hit by Colorado because plus 106 would be a nice little payday.
Absolutely. Now, I found myself in another spot in the baseball world, Brett, and that's heading to the Midwest, going up to Milwaukee. San Diego is traveling to face it off against the Brewers, and the Padres are going to be the underdog. This is the first game of this series, and I get it. You have Brandon Woodruff on the mound, who has been fantastic for the Brewers so far, but the Padres have gotten their bats back recently. They just got over this COVID bug that they had. Everyone's tested negative. They're all back. Tatis hit 2 home runs on Sunday. The Padres are back to their big bat lineup that they were once with. and they have Blake Snell projected to be on the mound against Brandon Woodruff. So I don't know how confident I am in the Brewers' bats, to be honest. So I'm taking the Padres at plus 100 on the money line while they're still underdogs on Sunday night because, Brett, that might flip depending on where the money goes on Monday.
Yeah, it's interesting. Woodruff is one of your guys, Higgins. The Brewers have, probably the best 1-2 in the NL going right now. San Diego's has some good pitchers as well with Darvish and Snell. But Milwaukee did just get Christian Yelich back. He actually hit a home run on Sunday, which is a positive sign because he had not hit one prior to going on the IL. So maybe he's got a little pop back in his bat, but I'm with you, Higgins. I'm looking at this San Diego plus 100, and I don't care that Woodruff's on the mound. How many times are you getting plus money with the Padres this year?
This over-under is also sitting at 7, and I think that might even be a little low because I believe in the Padres bats that much. And like you said, Yelich did come back. The Brewers did score 9 runs on Sunday, so maybe that is a sign of life for the Brewers lineup as well. 7 does seem low. I'm going to stay away from that over under right now, though. Padres plus 100 on that money line. That's a beautiful, beautiful line on Sunday night. I agree. I really wouldn't be surprised if that flipped on Monday.
Yeah, we shall see. But lots of great games. Obviously, the biggest is going to be between Tony La Russa and the Cardinals. That'll be the night game on ESPN. So I'm sure a lot of people will be tuning into that. White Sox currently favorites, Higgins. I guess they have Lance Lynn on the mound, so it makes a little sense. But I think the Cardinals currently, without all the injury problems, have the better lineup than the White Sox. So is this a case where you'd back a pitcher or anything like that? Or do you have any leans on this game? I know neither of us are going to be on it, but it is the game of the day.
I could see myself going with the Cardinals, but I want to see how some of my other Monday bets go. I have my bets out and some of them will finish up by that time that night game starts. So I'm hoping maybe if I get an early win, maybe then I'll find myself on the Cardinals money line. I agree. I think their bats are a little better suited. And La Russa, I don't think has the clubhouse in Chicago right now, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for Tony La Russa.